Okay, so you're not getting anywhere in life. And yeah, you have to excuse the tiredness. I normally make videos at a different time in the day, but English weather precedes itself, and it rained ridiculously when I normally like to record videos when I'm outside. It rained ridiculously to the point where the microphone wouldn't have worked properly. So that is why I'm recording now. I'm in the middle of a workout, but I just wanted to get the video on the ledger. But do excuse the tiredness. So, you're not getting anywhere in life. I've felt like that. Many people would have felt like that. And you're definitely not the only one who's currently feeling like that. You gotta just consider a few things. And remember, I'm right there with you. I've been there. And sometimes I still feel like that, I'm out here working I'm working my what off. And nothing, sometimes it can feel like nothing is happening. So yeah, let me try and be direct, because I spent about 2 minutes, 90% of the 2 minutes I probably spent talking about English weather and tiredness. But you know what? Let's try and get really into this. Let's unpack this topic. So the first thing I want you to consider is, don't take it too seriously. Take it seriously, but don't take it too seriously. I know that sounds a bit hypocritical and contradictory, but it's true. It's a bit of a paradox, because there are going to be people out there who never tried hard. There are going to be people out there who never tried hard but think they tried hard, but they don't know what trying hard really is, because they're not you and they haven't had to struggle. They're the son or daughter of a rich guy, and they think they tried hard and they're just living their life with millions. And then there's you, more intelligent, more gifted, more talented, and yet you're all the way down here on the totem pole of society, and they're all the way up here, and they're making speeches about never give up. It's easy for them to say that, right? But at the same time, don't take it too seriously. It's not that deep. This is the game of life. The game can be foul, the game can be harsh, and I think that it's to be taken seriously, but not too seriously. If someone can make it all the way to the top and hasn't even tried as hard and isn't even as talented as you, how seriously can you take it? I would say, don't take it too seriously. But at the same time, take it seriously, because you got to put food on the table. But don't compare yourself to other people and think, wow, like life is unfair, because we all know it's unfair. No one wants to talk about it, but we all know deep down that life's a bit of a, can be very unfair sometimes. But don't take it too seriously, and that will save you. That will do wonders for your mental health. And don't take it too seriously, because how seriously can you take it when you look at who makes it sometimes and who doesn't? The next thing I would say to keep in mind is that every dog has his day. Every dog has his day, and your moment might be coming when you least expect it. So you might be thinking, man, I'm going nowhere, but you don't know when that moment is coming. You don't know when that moment is coming. In the same breath, when I say that there are some people out there, like as I said in my last point, who don't try hard and all of a sudden they're at the top because they've had connections, or they're the son or daughter of someone famous. There can be someone who makes it when they're like 60 years old, and that's through years of hard work. So you don't know when your time is coming. And even if you don't achieve what you think you should achieve in life, you might still have a level of success that is better than the level of success that you're having now. You don't know when your day is coming. So sometimes it's worth just keeping your head in the game. And the last thing that I want to impress on you is life is an individual journey. You know, it's an individual journey. Yes, we have people around us, but you were born alone and you will die alone. So just remember that, you know, if I know that I tried my absolute hardest at whether it be my business, whether it be my basketball, I don't do basketball, I'm just throwing things out there, you know, whether it be, I don't know, my drama, like as in like acting, or whether it be my music, whether it be, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, if you can at the end of it say, I put everything into that, and no matter what the result was, I put everything into it, you can sleep at night, you know. You can sleep at night. You know, life is an individual journey. Sometimes a success isn't the lesson that you're supposed to learn. You know, you might have failed at something, but say I didn't achieve everything I wanted to achieve in the military, but sometimes the lesson isn't the success. The lesson is within the story. So you might have tried to become an actor and it didn't work out how you thought it was going to work out, but in that so-called failure, you learned determination, you learned life skills, you learned grind, you learned networking and social skills, and then, you know, that could have been the lesson. You could have learned humility, you know, so that could have been the lesson. And then when you start encompassing all of that and seeing it as an individual journey rather than an arbitrary failure or success, then you're going to win no matter what, because everything just becomes a lesson. And life isn't linear, life isn't black and white. So if you stop seeing successes in black and white terms, then you might actually stumble upon a new definition of success, which may be a lesson of learning and growth. And then if you take that learning and growth to the next stage or the next phase of your life, you might say, oh, well, I failed as an actor, but I learned humility, I learned networking, and then I went into the corporate world and that helped me succeed. So did you really fail? So just in summary, you might think that you're going nowhere in life. Remember, don't take it too seriously. Remember, every dog has his day. You don't know when that day's coming. And lastly, you know, be open to your interpretation of success and understand that we're all on an individual journey. So individual means that born alone, die alone, and everything that's in between. Yes, you come across people and people, you know, come into your life and out your life, but ultimately the journey this is your journey. And don't be so black and white with your definition. Don't be so black and white with your definition of success. And you might stumble across a new definition and realize that actually your so-called failure is actually going to help you succeed in another life. So yeah, let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. And with that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. For mortgage advice tailored towards your individual needs, contact PGB Mortgages today. Let them guide you through your home buying journey. Contact details are in the description. For exclusive content, subscribe to me on Patreon. For just $3 per month, you'll gain access to exclusive content for a wide range of topics, such as travel, human psychology, sports, and more. There's no contract and you can cancel at any time. So become part of the community on Patreon today. The link is in the description.